Hi everybody, this is Sonia from An Enthusiastic Reader. Today I am doing a tag and it is called the Judging Books by Their Covers tag. It looks like it was an original tag from Nads Love to Read, NadsLuvs to read. And I was tagged twice. I was tagged by Stalking Kafka and by Evening Reader, Priscilla. This is a tag that I think is actually perfect for me. And I think I could do the tag 20 times over with all different books for every different prompt because there are just so many books that fit into these categories. So let's just get started right away. Okay, it's such an easy tag, you just show books. So the first prompt is best colors. And so for best colors, I chose The Possessed, Adventures with Russian Books and the People Who Read Them by Elif Batuman. And this actually is my favorite Elif Batuman book. I know everyone who loved her book, The Idiot, which is a novel, kind of a millennial angst novel about unrequited love and teaching languages and traveling. Well, all the good stuff that was in The Idiot is even better here in The Possessed, which is a memoir. And it's actually her talking about her real life. There is a lot of crossover between this book and The Idiot, but I love this one. And I love the colors in this cover. It's drawn by Roz Chast, who is a cartoonist for the New Yorker and her own, and also her own books. And I just love it. It just makes me so happy. And the back is also just as good as the front, and it just has this very cartoony style, and the typography I really like. So this is my choice for best color. The next one is best typography, and I chose the Emily Wilson translated version of The Odyssey by Homer. There, is that better? I'm really trying to showcase this. I love this typeface. It's not too ornate, but it has enough flair to make it feel older. It makes it feel attached maybe to Greek, and it's also gold leaf. And then I like the Homer in the blue. I like the little detail here. I just think that is a beautiful cover, and I love the typography and the way that the letters are stretched out. Beautiful. It's really a gorgeous book. Okay, the next one is best simple cover. And ironically, this is a book about designing books. And this is called Designing Books, Practice and Theory by Jost Hochuli and Robin Kinross. This is a book that I got when I was in grad school, learning about typography and learning about book design. So it's just lovely. And the inside actually is gorgeous too. The layout, lots of white space so you can see all their examples of what they're trying to teach you about placing type for effect. So gorgeous. Okay, best end pages. Actually, I went through quite a few of my books and very few of them had beautiful end pages. But this is the Jane Austen Pride and Prejudice edition, and it is a vintage classics, and the papers are quite beautiful. I love that. And also look at that cover page. Look at that. Also look at that title page. Woo! That's gorgeous. So beautiful. And I would say the inside, really nothing spectacular about it. It is very functionary and it does what it needs to do, but I think this is a pretty cover. Next book, Best Map. Okay, for Best Map, another beautifully designed book. This is a Europa edition of a book, of a book called Mad Boy by Nick Arvin. This is a really great story, you guys. But the map, there's a great map in here. This is the Upper Chesapeake Bay in 1814. Beautiful, just lovely. And I thought to entice you to maybe want to read this book, because I have never seen one person talk about this book on BookTube. But it was definitely in my top books of the year, whatever year I read it. And so I'm going to read you the first 2 chapters just to try and entice you to want to read this book. Oh, so it's called Mad Boy, an account of Henry Phipps in the War of 1812. So it's a war novel, but it's a war novel, but it's not a war novel. Okay, chapter 1. Henry Phipps runs through the shadows under great trees. He's angry. Someone has lied. The slave Radnor has lied to Henry, or someone has lied to Radnor. Some liar has lied to someone a terrible lie. He runs through wet heat and spongy mud, through clouds of gnats and sprays of pale flowers. A small boy, lean like a figure cut from a length of wood too thin for the intended shape. He wears a shirt that's scarcely more than sacking with buttons, trousers patched in several places and cinched by a rope belt, boots with a hole in one toe, no hat. When a bramble scratches his leg, he stops to yell at the plant and kick it. Then he runs on. Old forest still covers much of the land between the Chesapeake and the Potomac, and America has been at war with Britain for 2 of Henry's 10 years, mostly losing. From ahead drifts the sound of an English voice, which Henry would notice if not for the noise of his own breath, rushing blood, fury. And it is just a delightful kind of picaresque novel of Henry on a quest through the battlefields during the War of 1812. Best naked hardcover. Okay. The book I thought of for this is called The Principles of Uncertainty by Myra Kalman. I love this book. This is a gorgeous book, and you can see that it has a dust cover on it. It got wet. It's all wrinkly. But if you take that off, you will see how gorgeous the naked hardcover is. And it says, Ich habe genug, a jumbled, tricky business of a month in which we encounter long corridors, pheasant eggs, a girl with a fuzzy pink coat, Thelma, fortune tellers, canasta players, addled eggs, an addle-pated man, lime jello. And on the back, look at that. This is just all embossed in here. It's so beautiful. It says glorious women, Marcel Duchamp, lemon pound cake, Napoleon in Egypt, holy mackerels, strangers who are willing to answer questions, and a quote by Bertrand Russell, all the labor of all the ages, all the devotion, all the inspiration, all the noonday brightness of human genius are destined to extinction. So now, my friends, if that is true, and it is true, what is the point? A complicated question. This kind of doodling is my kind of doodling. This makes me so happy. And then it does actually have beautiful end pages. And then you get these glorious illustrations. Every page is illustrated. This one says, in honor of that nickname, my sharp-eyed friend Molly Bloom, yes, stopping at a flea market and short on cash, traded 10 lemon tarts she was bringing to a dinner party for a cigarette case with Milton Fine finely etched on the front. There's the cigarette case. And I don't know, if you ever see this at a library sale, I would say definitely pick it up. It is just a beautiful, beautiful work of art. Best back cover. For that, I chose, this is my edition of White Noise by Don DeLillo, which I love the front cover, but the back, look at this. Look how gorgeous that is. And this is embossed, and it says, it's the rainbow hologram that gives this credit card a marketing intrigue. Maybe I should say it with a little bit more advertising upspeak. It's the rainbow hologram that gives this credit card a marketing intrigue. But it's got these woodcuts. This is a woodcut. This is one of my favorite covers of any book. Best chapter headers. This one, I didn't really find anything that was like innovative or spectacular. I kind of like my book interior typography to be utilitarian. So this is a folio edition of A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Beautiful in its own. And then just this beautiful title page. Book the First, Recalled to Life. I mean, I love just the simplicity. I love that they gave a whole page to this and it's just white everywhere else, or cream. I really like cream colored pages much better than white pages. And then book 1.1, book 1.1, the period. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, etc. But the typography in these editions is just glorious. Best spine. For best spine, I chose Oscar and Lucinda by Peter Carey. I have this edition, and this, look at this spine. There's Oscar and Lucinda up here, and then this beautiful font typeface, and then this little snail at the bottom because he is searching for mollusks and snails at the beginning in this tide pool. And that's how the book opens. This is a romp. This is a delightful novel. I love this very much. One of Peter Carey's best works. Twice winner of the Booker Prize. I don't know if Oscar and Lucinda, is shortlisted for the best of the Booker. If you want just a really fun adventure that talks about religion and science and women's roles in Australia in the 1800s, this is really, really good. Best drawings. Okay, for my best drawings, I have this edition of Moby Dick that is the Barry Moser woodcuts all the way through it. So this is a Barry Moser woodcut on the back. Here's another one. But all throughout the book, there are these gorgeous woodcut images. Look at the layout of this spread right here. Look at that. The way the wave wraps around the drop cap sea. Oh, so good. It is just beautiful. Some men trying to pull in something. So yeah, best drawings. I don't know if you consider a woodcut a drawing, but I'm going for it. And the last one is best cover. And for that, I chose Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. I love this cover. I bought this book I wrote in it 2005. I got this copy of this book at the Three Lives bookstore in Lower Manhattan. I went there with a bunch of girlfriends. We had a book club weekend there, and we went to Three Lives and we said, recommend a book to us for our book club. And the owner said, oh, you should read Cloud Atlas. So all of us bought copies of Cloud Atlas. There were like 7 of us. We bought it, we took it home and reread it, and I haven't looked back on David Mitchell since. I loved this book, and actually the movie, the Tom Hanks movie, was also very good. So you may not believe that, but it was quite good. So anyway, best cover. And like I said, I could go through and do this tag over and over and over again. There's a bonus question is, what is the worst cover? And I haven't talked at all about this book because I just finished it yesterday. But it is called Casualties of Peace by Edna O'Brien. This is god-awful, horrible cover. It was published in 1966, and I think this cover is from the 1980s. It looks like she's going to be posing in Playboy or something, doesn't it? It just looks like soft, gauzy erotica or something. I think this is a horrible picture for this particular. The back's fine, but I just, like, what were they thinking? Anyway, it doesn't fit with the content of this book at all. So that's it. That's it for me for today. Thank you so much for tagging me, Stalking Kafka and Priscilla at Evening Reader, and I have linked their videos below if you would like to see what they chose for their covers. And yes, I will see you soon in the next video. Thanks. Bye.